Hey guys, welcome back to Film Truth. Today we'll talk about why the iCarly reboot was a bad idea. Let's head into it. The iCarly reboot.
I'm Carly.
4, 3,
Spaghetti taco.
2.
iCarly's gonna be taking a break. Welcome to the new iCarly.
It's an exciting time for iCarly fans because it's been announced that the show will be rebooted. This is clearly something that a lot of people have been looking forward to, as this is arguably the most popular sitcom to ever air on the network. Because so many former teenagers grew up with it, this reboot will undoubtedly evoke feelings of nostalgia from Nickelodeon fans. Because the reboot is still in its early stages, a lot of information is being released that is important to keep track of. In many ways, this series will differ from the original, but when it comes to reboots, change is necessary. Of course, it will also attempt to recreate the magical elements that made the series so successful in the first place. There's a lot to be aware of right now, and more information will become available as time goes on. Unlike the original series, the iCarly reboot will not air on Nickelodeon. Instead, it was picked up by Paramount Plus, a new streaming service. It's expected to be one of the network's first major shows, putting a lot of pressure on the reboot to succeed. Overall, this is a wise move by Paramount, as a reboot of a show that was so popular during its first run will undoubtedly attract a lot of attention. If the show has great content, it should be able to keep up with its competitors. There's a lot to look forward to, especially now that Miranda Cosgrove, Nathan Kress, and Jerry Trainor have all been confirmed to return for the reboot. This is fantastic news, as they were unquestionably among the most beloved characters from the first season. However, because Cosgrove was the main character, bringing her back was a top priority. Having Freddie and Spencer present is also critical, as they are both significant influences on Carly. Also, make sure you're writing your thoughts down in the comments section. Missing main characters. Former iCarly fans are anticipating the premiere of a rebooted series on Paramount Plus, but one actor is unlikely to reprise her role. Jeanette McCurdy, who played Sam Puckett on the Nickelodeon show, has announced her retirement from the industry. Jeanette said on a recent episode of her podcast, Empty Inside, that she made the decision to leave the entertainment industry several years ago, according to E! News. She said on the podcast, "I quit a few years ago because I didn't want to do it at first. My mother enrolled me when I was 6 years old, and by the time I was 10 or 11, I was the primary source of income for my family. My family didn't have a lot of money, so this was a way out for me, which I believe was beneficial in propelling me to some level of success." She admitted that acting was difficult for her and that she struggled a lot during the audition process. She was often nervous, and while she was able to overcome it, the death of her mother later changed her goals. "With her death, a lot of her ideas for my life died with her, and that was its own journey, and it was a difficult one," she said. Jeanette then went on to talk about her embarrassment over much of her Nickelodeon past. She was a cast member of iCarly from 2012 to 2017, and her character was given a spin-off series, Sam and Cat, with Ariana Grande. "I'm so embarrassed by the roles I've played in the past. I despise my job in a lot of ways," she admitted. "I felt so unfulfilled by the roles I played, and it was the most cheesy, embarrassing experience I've ever had. I was on the shows from the age of 13 to 21, and by the age of 15, I was already embarrassed. My friends at 15, they're not like, 'Oh cool, you're on this Nickelodeon show,'" she said of the feeling of being recognized for her roles. "It was humiliating, and I imagine that acting is a completely different experience if you're proud of your roles and feel fulfilled by them." She didn't completely rule out a return to acting in the future, but she did say it would take some time. "I feel like I have a vision and a point of view. In a few years, we'll see where things are," she said. Jeanette's decision to take a break from acting comes as iCarly gears up for its second season. Miranda Cosgrove, Carly, Nathan Kress, Freddie, and Jerry Trainor, all from the original cast, will star in the series. There's no word on a release date, but the trio appeared in a teaser trailer recently. Jeanette's decision to take a break from acting comes as iCarly gears up for its second series. Miranda Cosgrove, Carly, Nathan Kress, Freddie, and Jerry Trainor, Spencer, from the original cast, will all star in the series. There's no word on a release date, but the trio appeared in a teaser trailer recently. Jeanette's decision not to participate in the reboot for the time being was addressed in a recent episode of Nathan Kress's podcast, Radioactive Dads. He stated, "I believe it's just a personal decision and where she's at and what she wants to do. I believe her main focus has been on content creation, such as her successful podcast and writing, directing, and producing. That appears to be the sole focus of her attention. And I think, and this is just speculation, that because she already did a spin-off series with Sam and Kat, she might feel like she got 60, 70 more episodes as our characters than we did, and that she just feels like her character is finished."
My mom actually had a history with eating disorders. She had been hospitalized for anorexia a few times, and she had introduced me to anorexia because she thought it would help me play younger roles for acting.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments. Do you think it's still worth watching without her? Conclusion. The reboot has yet to begin filming at this time. It should be noted, however, that it is expected to start very soon, which is extremely exciting. When this happens, expect even more information to be released to the public. For its fans, the prospect of them starting in the near future is extremely exciting. It can take a long time for a show to start filming, so starting so early is a great result. This gives viewers a better idea of when it's going to start. According to rumors, the series will be released to the public near the end of 2021 or the beginning of 2022. Given how recently the reboot was announced, this isn't a bad wait at all. As previously stated, many series are not released as frequently as others, so there's a lot to look forward to. All the audience can do now is hope McCurdy and Monk decide to join the show soon. As a result of this news, the clock appears to be ticking. Although it has been stated that the show will focus on adult themes, no official plot details have been released. As a result, there's a lot left to the imagination of those who are interested in the show, which may be a good thing in the end. This will undoubtedly change in the near future as the series will begin filming in the coming months. All fans want is for the reboot to be able to maintain the odd humor while also developing deeper storylines. Naturally, the reboot will take place a decade after the finale of the original series, as that's how long it's been since the series ended. This opens up a lot of possibilities for future storylines involving these characters' activities since then. It'll be interesting to see where they've gone professionally as adults, particularly in the case of Spencer and his art. Freddie and Carly, on the other hand, could have gone anywhere because the last time they were seen by the audience, they were just teenagers hosting an internet show. Overall, however, I find all of this to be quite tedious. It doesn't sound bad, but it can't possibly be as good as the original iCarly series, which is why I'm not looking forward to it as much. But what do you think about the iCarly reboot? Will you watch it? Let us know in the comments section. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.